So yeah, 4 stages. First of all, you've got the struggle. Secondly, you've got the release, so to say, just before the flow hits. Flow hits is the third stage. And then you've got the consolidation, aka the recovery phase. Yeah, so 4 phases. Okay, so the struggle. Let me describe you how this works for me personally. I normally tend to start my first flow wave, so to say, at 9 o'clock. At 8:30, I bring the kids to school. So my body starts moving. I'm active. I do this walking. Nowadays, they also want to go by bike. I don't like that because it's harder for me to activate my flow on bike because I am less long on the road, so to say, and it's harder to do open awareness exercises when you're on a bike. Can be done, but you need to be more careful about it. So let's say I would be walking into school, drop the kids, and then all the input, aka all the stimulations are gone. So they dial down, which opens up the door for output. Then I recognize that feeling and I do an open aware exercise like, okay, become one with my surrounding, no mind, so to say. So just feel, see, smell, do all those things while I walk. So that makes it easy as the body starts moving, the brain starts moving. And then you enter sort of this first flow version. However, then when I hit home, when I'm home, it's like 8:45. I can't just be instantly behind a computer. I get a lot of, all the noises pop up. So you have to do this, or you have to do this, check your phone, clean the room, etc. Then this is sort of the struggle phase. This is the wall, sort of, that you need to break down. So you should feel this struggle. You struggling, you feeling that you are not doing things right is exactly what you should be feeling. That's the sort of the, let's see it like this. You can also see it like this. You're breaching sort of your comfort zone. This is where you move from the 100 baseline to the 104 baseline. Okay, so you struggle, you breach, and this feels annoying. Like, it's very important that you keep away distractions. So don't open up your phone. Don't go into a cleaning frenzy that will take you there another. You can definitely check your phone or do a cleaning part for that matter, but keep it very short, small, simple steps, and realize that you don't get into these time-sucking events when you want to reach flow. So the goal here is to reach flow, to break this wall, so to say, and not so much as doing or cleaning up the dishwasher for that matter. So yeah, then you relax. Relaxation for me, that actually is doing some chores in house. I like to clean the house a little bit here and there. Sometimes I go out for a walk for a few more minutes. Sometimes I'm pacing like an ice bear in my living room or whatever. What I also do is I put on my orange glasses when I'm behind the screen, or I put on some certain music, or I do some trigger thing that when I do this, then I know like, okay, now it's game on, now it's flow time. So create your own trigger after or during this relaxation phase, and then you enter the flow phase. And during the flow phase, time loses all its relevancy. So one of the characteristics is that time sort of gone. I often forget, like, okay, oh shit, I still have to eat something, or oh, is it 2 o'clock already? And sometimes I think it's 2 o'clock, and then when I watch, it's like 10:30. It's all weird, but you are really engaged with the activity itself, so time is not relevant in that manner. Then finally, and that's a very important, oh, also by the way, I combine this with the Pomodoro, for example, or in my case, I do 60-10 sometimes from Sharma's advice. I do whatever feels right, but I definitely, it's not one line upwards. I go like this. So I take small breaks, and my breaks are very different. Sometimes I go walking, or I take a very, very small bite. You don't want to have a heavy meal because then your parasympathetic system kicks in. In other words, your body starts focusing on the food instead of on the mental and the heart juices, so to say. So all the energy goes into the stomach instead of in the heart and mind. So don't eat too heavy. Also, combine it with small breaks in between and do whatever refuels your balance. But do not go for the distractions. Keep into that certain flow. When you ski, for example, go take a break alongside the piste, but don't go calling your friends or WhatsApping. It will disrupt your flow. You will have to get into the flow again. So when you ski, for example, rest, give the legs a small break, eat a bite or two, and enjoy the open environment, and then bam, hit it again. That's how you stay into flow, and avoid these distractions. Then finally, the recovery phase is important because flow drains. Flow fills the heart, so to say. Flow fills the soul, you could say, but it drains the body. So all these juices, they have their side effects. You need full recovery. So be lazy in the evening. In my case, I really dial down. I tend to do that with the kids. So I just enjoy playing with the kids, all those things. But I do activities that have nothing to do with my time spent in flow. So those are the phases. Let me check. Yeah, there is a sort of the do, the don'ts, and the never forgets. But remember that each phase is crucial. You can't push yourself through these phases. Just embrace the process. It's not like you can jump from here all the way to here without breaking this wall of struggle. So experience the struggle. I experienced it with the clips as well. My first few videos are often shite, so I have to delete them later. And then when I'm in the flow, I am throwing it all out, so to say. So don't rush. Yeah, I think that's a wrap. Yeah, and then next one is about turbulent flow, which is a little bit more about floaty and how I perceive life.